from Oakland, and Adante, we talked about it earlier. This is a heavy lift, and you sort of gave us a blueprint for what you expect from the state in the closing. What about the defense here? How fine a line do they have to walk without pushing the envelope and turning a juror or two off?
I think they have to strike a balance between, being kind of coming hat in hand with saying, look, we admit that she did this, but it's not the woman that's in front of you today or who's been sitting here throughout the course of this trial. This is Maria, the alternate personality who did this crime. And so you might be mad at Maria. You might be, wanted to get vengeance or hold Maria accountable. But it's really this school teacher. It's the stepmom who you're dealing with here today in court. And so you want to give her the benefit of the doubt. And as opposed to sentencing her to prison, let's go get her some help because she's worth the idea or giving the opportunity of redemption. I just think it's going to be a very, very, very hard burden to muster because what's missing from the defense case, in my opinion, is some episodes prior to this murder. Some episodes that there are people who would have come to court and testified to the bizarre behavior or the change in personality in some other setting other than after she committed this horrendous crime, which from the prosecution's perspective will be, this is a contrived defense. This is a defense that's been manufactured, and so you shouldn't believe it. Throw it out the window. This woman did something horrible, and she has to be held accountable. The defense obviously would counter with their expert testimony. I just don't think that expert testimony was very persuasive. And at the end of the day, the jury is going to convict this lady, and she'll be spending, hopefully, the rest of her life in prison.
Idea of punishment, jury can't take that into consideration, but how can you convey to the jury that if you find her not guilty by reason of insanity, it doesn't mean she's out walking the street? Because jurors might think that, and there's nobody wanting Letitia walking the streets.
Well, I think from the defendant's perspective, you're going to be talking about this is a person who needs help. This is a person who needs services. This is a person who needs monitoring. This is a person that, while damaged, while flawed, while in need of help, she can get it in a particular type of setting without saying words of going to the ultimate conclusion, which is if you grant her this defense of insanity, you could one day be standing next to her in the supermarket. I think the defense has to stay away from that. That would make jurors very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to have to be.
I don't want to be sitting next to Maria in the checkout.